Ireland is a simply stunning country with incredible scenery, charming towns, super friendly people, and the most vibrant greenery you've ever seen. Hello everybody, welcome back to Passport Pages, and today we're going to travel the incredibly beautiful country of Ireland and give you our must-have Ireland experiences. Before we begin, we post great travel videos 3 times a week, so please subscribe and remember to ring the bell to be notified. Ireland may seem like a small country, but the list of places and sites in this country is very long. You'd probably need at least a month to just get to the main places, so we're listing our 10 favorites so you have a solid list to begin with for the best possible vacation. Let's start with a must-have experience that you can find throughout the country. Enjoy live Irish music in a pub. Many pubs throughout the country play live music in the evening, and you will have such a fun time joining the locals, listening, and even dancing along. It's the quintessential Irish experience. Number 9. Wild Atlantic Way. This amazing drive is 1,600 miles long and winds through the west coast of Ireland. Unfortunately, it's so long that unless you have a few weeks for this road trip, it's not possible to stop at each incredible viewpoint, which are estimated to be over 150. So we suggest either attempting just a small part of the drive or just stopping at the main points, which we'll go into more detail later in the video. But regardless, it's an incredibly scenic drive and affords the opportunity to experience the best of Ireland's scenery in a pretty easy way. Number 8. Ashford Castle. This castle from the 13th century is now an incredibly luxurious and elegant hotel set against a huge forest and mountains. There are 82 guest rooms with gorgeous antique furniture and 4-poster beds, fireplaces, and high ceilings. You can enjoy falconry and walks around the gorgeous grounds, as well as some incredible cuisine and drinks in the elegant Prince of Wales bar. A stay here provides luxury, Ireland's beautiful scenery, and a step back in time in a real castle. Number 7. Hoare Abbey. Head to the dramatic plains of Tipperary to visit this ancient monastery, also from the 13th century. It's an incredibly interesting place to visit, but surprisingly, not a big tourist draw, so you'll have it mostly to yourself, so it's a good place to take your time without the crowds, to be a real explorer and really examine these intriguing ruins. A very underrated site. Number 6. The Ring of Kerry. This is another incredibly scenic drive, but we rank it a bit higher because it forms a perfect loop that only takes a day to drive, and not only do you get to see the impressive coastline, but Killarney National Park, as well as many adorably charming Irish towns. Now, just a note of caution, this is one of the most popular attractions on our list, so it does get crowded, but it's easy to see why it draws so many people. It's spectacular scenery. Number 5. The Cliffs of Moher. And for an even more popular stretch of scenery, you must see this iconic stretch of coastline, which draws tens of thousands of visitors. You have 2 options for how to best experience the dramatic cliffs. You can either have a quick visit via the visitor center, or for a more unforgettable time, walk along the 14 kilometers or almost 7-mile walk of the Cliff Trail, which will bring you into some of the most outstanding landscapes of Ireland. Beware that while the trail starts from the Liscannor and Doolin villages, it eventually turns into a very challenging trail with no handrails or barriers and very steep flagstone stairs. But it's all part of the beautifully dramatic scenery, and I know you won't regret this experience. It's literally breathtaking. Number 4. Blarney Castle. You can't visit Ireland without visiting this castle and its iconic stone. Head to County Cork to see the impressive ruins of this medieval fortress, which dates back to 1446. Many people rush to kiss the famous stone, and beware the stairway up to the Blarney Stone is very steep and dark, but people brave it anyway to kiss the stone that is believed to give the gift of eloquence. And then after that scary climb, you need to hang upside down to do so. So if you'd like to bypass all of that, the visit to the castle is still worthwhile for its incredibly interesting grounds. Visit the Poison Garden, which contains only toxic plants from all over the world, and some are so dangerous that they're kept in cage-like structures. Shockingly, many of them, which are now deemed toxic, were formerly used as herbal remedies for all types of ailments. The castle also has more traditional gardens, which are very beautiful, as well as charming stone bridges and waterfalls. The Blarney House is an on-site mansion built in 1874, which visitors can tour in the summer months. Be sure to avoid the common mistake of just visiting for the Blarney Stone and leave lots of time to explore all of the Blarney Castle property. Number 3. Book of Kells. Now let's head to the capital city of Dublin to see the amazing Book of Kells. This work of art dates back to the Dark Ages, specifically 800 AD, and contains the 4 Gospels of the New Testament, complete with illustrations. 2 of the books are open, although they are protected behind a thick sheet of glass. You will be amazed by the incredible detail that went into the creation of these 4 books. Your tour will continue in a wonderful way with a walk through the main chamber of the old library of Trinity College, known as the Long Room. Many consider this to be the best library in the world. This experience is incredibly educational, intriguing, and impressive. Now granted, we're very partial to books and libraries, but it's still very deserving of a top 3 spot and the must-see sight when in Dublin. Number 2. Kinsale. You simply must visit Ireland's most colorful and picturesque town, which is a fishing village with a somewhat upscale vibe, filled with delicious restaurants like Fishy Fishy Cafe, which has amazing seafood and a festive atmosphere, and is considered to be one of the best seafood restaurants in the whole country. There's also an amazing golf course, Old Head Golf Links, for the enthusiasts out there, and lots of cobblestone streets where you can wander into book and tea shops. The Old Bank Townhouse is a charming hotel with a super cute bakery and restaurant downstairs. Hang around the harbor and watch the brightly colored fishing boats go by. Kinsale is truly filled with enchantment and plenty of options for every type of budget and personality, and a must-see when in Ireland. And number 1, Dingle Peninsula. This is the best scenic drive, and while many would rank some other ones higher, it has the best sights and fewer people, making for a better overall experience. You will experience all parts of Ireland here. Dingle is everything quintessentially Irish, from the dark and dramatic sea cliffs to the lush hills dotted with cows and every possible shade of green you can imagine wherever you look. The town of Dingle is very pretty, and you can't miss the scenic Slee Head Sloop. Try Inch Beach, where surprisingly you can surf. You'll learn a ton of Irish history and of course take in the beautiful scenery along the way. It earns our number 1 pick because not only does it encompass all of Ireland in one spot, but it's unlike anything you'll see anywhere else. So there you have our recommendations for the best places to see and experiences to have when in Ireland. Of course, there are many more which we didn't get to, but Ireland is a country quite worthy of repeat visits. If you enjoyed our video on Ireland, we'd really appreciate you giving it a thumbs up and would really appreciate you subscribing if you haven't yet. And also feel free to leave a comment with suggestions for future videos you'd like to see. Thank you so much for watching and listening. This is Vanessa for Passport Pages, and we'll see you in our next one.